November 29th, 1966. A cold, blustery, rainy night, with Christmas just around the corner. And somewhere in Sodo, two figures bumble around their cramped but cozy apartment, preparing, eating, and cleaning up dinner. Antonio, how are you feeling tonight?
Antonio's feeling pretty good. Pretty quiet day at work.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to actually come home for dinner for once, which is nice. And he's enjoying it.
Theodora had a whole spread prepared for you, and now you are helping her wash the dishes. She flicks some water in your face and giggles and bumps your elbow.
Hey, watch it. Come on.
And it's what? You've got like blood on you. You're filthy. Ugh. All those bodies.
Oh, I'm covered in blood, huh? Here, hold on. Maybe you can wipe it off for me. Let me just get a little closer. I can't remember if I mentioned the Rillos invited us for dinner the other night.
Oh, well, we'll have to make something then to bring. Maybe lasagna? You got your mom's recipe?
Yeah, that always goes good.
Great. Lots of garlic, right?
Oh, always.
Oh my God.
And as you're chatting, the Christmas lights strung up all around the room, all throughout your apartment. Little fairy lights flicker and go out. And Theodora, this lovely woman, sort of round features, slightly tan skin, curly black hair, falls down to her shoulders. Oh, the lights went out again.
Yeah, well, somebody wanted us to put them up before Thanksgiving, but...
Yeah, someone who doesn't have a lot of hair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, let me go check the fuse.
I'll finish up the dishes. Go fix them. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, you go follow them back to their plug. The plug's fine. You go check the fuse box and flick it a couple times, and the lights seem to come on and off and on and off. They don't come right back on. They're still flickering. And Thea calls out from the kitchen. She's like, why are they flicking like that? Is there something? Do we need to call the electrician?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll call the super tomorrow. I'll see what's going on.
You hear a knock at the door.
What time of night is it?
It's probably like 9 p.m.
It's a little late.
It's a little late, yeah.
I check the people first.
You look in the peephole and you see 4 figures in long wool trench coats and fedoras. 3 of them have violin cases. One of them is standing in front of the door.
Fire escape now!
You turn, and before you can take more than 1 step away from the door, a hail of bullets blast through the wood and shred your body. You barely even feel them as they thud into you one by one, and you see beyond you on the far wall next to the Christmas tree is a silhouette of bullet holes almost drawn around you in a cartoonish fashion. You hit the floor, you see a hand reach in to the tattered wood, pull the door open. The figures come through holding Tommy guns, and the one in the lead kind of looks over you and is like, fucking Tony. Sorry it had to be this way, my brother. Perhaps choke out a bit of blood in response. You see the other 2 go into the kitchen around the corner from you. Hear the window slide open, and then 2 more gunshots. A gasp and a thump. And everything goes black. You're coming in and out of consciousness. You see glimpses of familiar faces. Thea, your mother, your brother, Dante. Rumbling, motion, the taste, the smell of blood, lights flashing, the city passing you by, whispers in your ears that you don't recognize. Sweet nothings murmured to you, a poem that you can't remember. White walls, scratchy sheets, chatter and footsteps. You're barely hanging on. You open your eyes, you're in a hospital. The curtains are drawn, you see Dante and Rosalina standing at the foot of your bed, arguing in a violent whisper. I don't know, he came in like this. I called you as soon as I could. My boy, and you didn't tell me. I could have been there. I could have done
Where's
something.
Thea?
She comes to your side. She leans into your ear and says, Tonio, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. I'm going to take care of you, all right? You're going to be fine. And your heart starts beating faster and faster, and then flatline. And Rosalie looks around and is like, Doctor! Someone get a doctor! But no one comes. The last thing that you feel is the sharp, warm press of fangs into your neck. The second most painful thing you have ever experienced. More lights, more sounds, more sensations. Something within you is growling, grumbling, a hunger that wants to come out. You come to in what looks to be the back of a car, hazy, everything shadowy. Your mother is driving, the rain is pounding. You can't move. Feel this dull pain in the center of your chest. Rosalina's eyes flick to you in the rearview mirror. Tonio, are you awake?
I go to answer, but words don't come out.
You get flashes of memory of what it was like being dead. As if you remember the whole thing, as if you were conscious but trapped in your own corpse. Rosalina and Dante brought you down to the morgue, snuck you out of the hospital in a body bag, pressed a wooden stake into your chest, shoved you into the back of the car. Tonio, I know it hurts right now, and everything is confusing, but I promise you, you will be all right, and we are going to take revenge on the men that did this to you. Do you want that? Blink if you want that.
Then I blink.
Things are going to feel strange for you, and you may not understand everything that's happened. I just want you to follow your instincts, okay, Tonio? You've always had a good heart. And she, at a red light, reaches back and pulls the stake out of your chest. You breathe in, you feel the sharp pain escalating, and the air passing through the empty hole in your sternum. She says, I'm sorry. I know it hurts. I know you're hungry. Just hold on.
Where's my wife?
You'll see her soon. You'll see her soon. Tonio, I promise.
He doesn't believe her.
Keep driving. You see flashes, more flashes out the window. Passers-by, memories, and strange spectral figures seem to flicker in and out of existence, like Christmas lights on a tree. Rosalina pulls up outside a small bar on the north side of town, a diner. You hear laughter, and cackling, drinks clinking, music from inside. Pulls up across the street, turns the lights off. Okay, Tonio. Just want you to go in there and follow your instincts. Do you understand me?
I think he stares at the group ahead of him for a minute and moves to open the car door.
She grips your wrist, but don't lose yourself. You have to come back to me.
He can't bring himself to look at her at this moment, and he continues on.
You rip your arm out of her grasp and go stumbling toward the door, the feeling in your legs returning to you, the ache in your chest, the hunger in your stomach, all rising up to take control. You reach the door, thud into it, almost falling over. I got it. Feel something sharp press into your lip as your fangs bare themselves. Door opens, you see a somewhat portly man, beard, vest and pants. Hey, what the fuck do you... Tony?
And it's Antonio who sees the man, but it's the beast that bites his throat out.
Oh my god.
Rosalina watches from the car. As Antonio pounces, guns are drawn, shots fired, blood spatters across the windows. When she enters, there is only one man standing. She comes to you, takes your hands in hers, wipes a bit of blood off your brow. She looks at you with a bloody tear of her own welling in the corner of her eye and says, So sorry, Tonio, but I am so proud of you.
And I think like a little kid who runs to his parents' room after a nightmare.
Oh my god.
He grabs his mother by the hand and walks with her to the car.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Antonio.
Tony.
Can't we just use it to get what we want?
It's about what's best for everyone, not just us.
It wasn't always like this, which means it can be different again. Good evening, travelers, and welcome back to the court of the Jester Princes. I am your storyteller, Jonas Tintenseher, and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade V5 Midnight Gravity. Joining me tonight... Thank you. Yeah, we should get more ooze for that, guys. Keep that up.
Ooh.
Oh, I said
You got nothing.
That's fine too. Yeah, I like the energy. Joining me tonight, our helter-skelter fortune teller, Sky Swanson.
As many of you know, a group of owls is called a parliament, and a group of
Owls?
flamingos is called a flamboyance. But did you know that a group of herons is called a siege? A group of turtle doves is a pitying, and a group of doves is a doll.
Like a doll's eye. Like a doll's eye.
I say doll, I meant
unsubtle.
to say dole.
It's very
A
unsettling.
dole. Oh.
Yeah.
Like the fruit company.
Yeah.
The murderous fruit company.
No, those are crows.
Oh, Reggie.
Our scholarly brawler, Seth Coveyou.
I read books and I fight good. I'm Timothy Foster.
Our lead guitar rock star, Rachel.
Debate me, coward.
Our lead guitar rock star, Rachel Kordell.
I'm Mars, and tonight's song is Let Me Go by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Woo!
You said that very intensely.
Did I?
Something
I
wrong?
wonder if that means anything.
Was that intense?
Our calculating alchemist, Casey Reardon.
I play Mathias Wilson, and are you thirsting for another Thurston fact?
Hit me.
Yes, let's go.
According to the Brooklyn Daily Eagle, after his death, Howard Thurston had a pact with Houdini, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and Howard J. Carter to have a reunion beyond the grave.
Oh.
I wonder if it happened.
Spooky.
It didn't. There's nothing beyond. That's why we have a fantasy game.
And our lich-like stitcher, Andrew Frost.
My name is Antonio Stregano, and sometimes I'm happy that I can't dream.
Oh.
Last time on Midnight Gravity, our coterie laid out their options and came to precisely no decisions on who, if anyone, they should pledge the Oculus to.
Hell yeah.
I made a decision.
Timothy met back up with Lila, while the rest of the coterie split up and discussed matters under their own terms. Mathias went to see an old friend.
Immediately after leaving the house, Mathias gets in his car and, much like Timothy, just starts driving. And I think as he's driving, he doesn't really know exactly where he's going until he pulls up to a club with a neon rooster sign.
Ooh, back to the weather vane.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, club's pumping. It's a Friday night. It is packed.
I think he takes a second to realize that this is just where he drove himself before, kind of composing himself again and heading inside.
Drinks are flowing. People are dancing. You see mostly mortals here, but you do see a couple kindred you recognize. You see Carrie Sefter, a fellow Thinblood, and a much younger one than you. And you see Runa Roth,
Oh, okay.
who is at a table with talking to a man and sort of just flirtatiously stroking his arm and stirring his own drink with his finger, not actually drinking it. We're looking for something here, Mathias?
I'm looking for Teddy.
Roll wits awareness.
Great. Love me rolling dice. That is going to be 3 successes.
3 successes?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you see Teddy on his usual rounds, surveying the floor, making sure everyone's having a good time, drinks are flowing. You watch him for a minute, and then he sees you and catches your eye. He kind of furrows his brow and nods as if to say, "Can we go back to my office or talk out here?"
Yeah, Mathias starts heading towards his office.
Get back to his office, and very neat, some scattered papers, another neon rooster sign on the wall behind him. This time he doesn't sit down, he just kind of strolls around and pours himself a drink and just holds it standing beside the desk and says, "Back so soon? What's going on?"
I'm in.
"Yeah, I got your note. You understand if I can't just give you all the details immediately, right?"
Whatever you need, Teddy.
Whatever I need. Well, you've got some books at your little theater. If I could take a look at those, it'd be helpful. And I think you and your coterie are going to the penthouse in a few nights, right?
Yeah.
Just let me know what you find in there.
All right.
Mathias, I know that was hard for you. But I promise, if you're really in, it's going to get much, much easier.
Well, Like you said, at some point I'd need to take a side. And I'd rather have people in the same situation as me at my back than people with a stake.
All right. Here, he hands you a business card, phone number. Not sure. You've got this one in your contacts. We'll talk.
Mathias just kind of nods.
And you should relax. It's Friday night. Come on. Go out there, find someone cute, have a drink of them.
I was gonna say, Teddy, you know I don't drink.
He just smiles and sips his own glass.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Big decisions out of the way.
Yes, we should celebrate. And he puts an arm around your shoulders and starts walking you back out to the floor. Not forcefully, but just in the way of a drinking buddy.
As Teddy puts his arm around me, Mathias feels like he is once again in a safe place, which is a way that he hasn't felt in a very long time. And it almost feels as if there's a coming home and a sense of belonging again.
Aw, yeah. Do you have any hunger?
Just the one.
All right. Then the rest of the night passes pleasantly for you.
I think if I am looking just to imbibe a little bit, I would probably want to switch out my
Oh, yeah, you can sniff out some
type of
resonance.
blood. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's change up some resonance. I don't know exactly what I'm going for yet.
Sure. Well, go ahead and make your bloodhound check, and then you can determine whatever you like later.
Solve awareness.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll willpower that.
Yeah, we're gonna refresh that soon.
Exactly.
There you go. 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yeah, you can take your pick of resonance and
Cool.
enjoy the rest of your evening.
Can you roll for potency?
Oh, yes. You little thin-blooded...
Gotta know how strong this blood is. 7.
That might be normal. No, 7 is intense. There you go.
Sweet. Thank you.
And we will fast forward through the rest of the weekend to Monday night, April 19th, I believe. Are we going to gather at Pox's Hacker Cave, or are we going to go straight to Crosstech?
I think straight to Crosstech.
Yeah, probably straight to Crosstech.
I think Antonio sends out a text saying, "Hey, everyone meet at Magnolia if you care to. If not, I'll see you at Crosstech."
Crosstech it is.
We all meet at Crosstech.
Yes, we'll meet at Crosstech. Now we all said it.
Oh, sad. So Antonio shows up at Pox's cave and just sees no one but Pox.
Bring Pox. Pox wants to probably come.
Just a point of order to Sky. Pox can't come.
Why
because
not?
they're too chicken.
I get it.
Do you? Do you get it?
Hey, Pox.
Hey, what's up, Antonio?
Cross might have stuff on the computer. You want to come?
Oh.
I'm not good with tech. Not like you. Let me rephrase. I'm not good with tech. I can make a phone call. That's about it.
Let me look at Pox's sheet real quick. Let's see. She does not have Mask of 1,000 Faces. So I think she would be well, let me roll for Pox. Okay.
Wow.
Pox is like, oh, I mean, I don't really, normally I wouldn't want to leave the house, but I think for this I could make an exception. Is everyone going, or is it just you and me?
No, it should be everyone. I thought they were going to be here, but looks like we're just meeting there.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. She grabs a laptop and some stuff and follows you up the stairs. And when when you turn back to look, as you shut the front door, she has vanished. But you can hear her footsteps following you, although...
I'm not locking you in, right?
No, I'm here. She's like on the other side of you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she'll just stay obfuscated until she gets into the penthouse.
Hop on in.
She does also have Silence of Death, so at some point she stops making footsteps as well. But she clues you in that she's there, at least.
That's a good move. Only the best have it.
All right, we all made it to the Crosstech building. You guys go inside. You see things are pretty much back to normal operation at this point. The receptionist that you saw the last time you were all here is no longer there. Instead, you recognize a portly man in his late 20s, early 30s, with beginning to bald slightly, with chubby cheeks.
It's Reggie's dealer.
Not quite. And he greets you all and he goes, Oh, it's the Thompson party again. Hi, everyone. Morgan, Williams, Is that Tamantha back there? Tamantha Foster?
Sorry, are you talking to me?
Well, there was a Tamantha Foster with this group last time. I don't have you on my list. Pardon me. I was at the I work for an agency that sends out receptionists, and I was at the Marchmont building after that little fiasco, and I got transferred here. Is this man with you?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Chaz.
No, it's Tamantha. Thank you.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I've had a bout of amnesia, and I forgot that for a second. That my full name is Tamantha. And I just stare at everyone else. I'll try to remember this in the future. Thank you.
you grew out your hair, Miss Foster.
Miss Foster. Yes, that's right.
Also grew a foot and a half.
I think it's a little inappropriate to be commenting on appearances in this manner. We have an appointment.
I think this is a breath of fresh air for everything that I've missed.
I will say, at this stage, everyone go ahead and make a rouse check for the evening and a rouse check for the blush of life, if you so choose to employ it.
I don't think so.
No, you're good.
Oh, look at that. 2 successes. Thank you.
Just the one, thanks. That's all I needed.
Yeah, I'll take the one.
But what if I get hungry, Jonas?
Then you're gonna be hungry.
What if I have to go downstairs for a little fridge snack?
A little midnight ice pop.
Can I use my Blade of the Sleeping Beast?
You sure can,
Reroll?
for the rouse check for the night.
Rerolling that. Still a failure.
Shame.
Oof.
So I'm at 3. And then I'm going to roll for Blush of Life. This is bad. This is
not
really
good.
bad.
Did you start from? Oh, you started from 2 hunger, didn't you?
I did.
You can go down 1. You can have started from 1. And
Oh, are we
Oh,
refreshing our
okay.
willpower as well?
yeah, anyone else who didn't start at 1 hunger can start at 1. And everyone can also fully refresh your willpower except for Reggie.
Oh, so that's the case. I will do my part to the life.
Okay. Neat. The man who his name tag you see reads Stephen Stoker. He checks you in and gestures for you to head to the elevators. You guys go upstairs once again, sort of feeling that similar strange sort of understanding that all of you are faking this semblance of life, at least those of you who are, and yet don't need to. You get to the penthouse floor, it dings, and Sophia Reza is waiting there for you, the Herald, her bronze skin and gold-flecked eyes.
A pleasure.
And she greets all of you and says, welcome.
Good to see you, Miss Reza.
Hello.
You as well, Mr. Stregano. I hope we can finally get to the bottom of this.
Me too.
You have permission to inspect any materials you find within the penthouse. However, I must ask that anything you do find remains within the room. Otherwise, feel free to touch and move things as you like. Just don't bring anything out with you. As far as I am aware, everything has been preserved, just as it was on the night that Prince Cross met the final death.
Thank you. That'll be all.
She opens the door for you all to head in. She will accompany in after you and just stand by the door and watch over everything. As you guys go inside, you see the large white sheet covering the entryway, sort of just pasted wall to wall right in front of the door. Sophia opens a split in it to show you all through. And whatever you were expecting on the inside of this penthouse, a bloodbath, fight, explosion, this is not it. What you see is a wide open space, the glass windows, floor to ceiling, all around the sides of the penthouse looking out over Seattle, blacked out with electronic shutters. And all of the furniture in the room has been knocked over or lifted into the air by a sprawling, tangled mass of flowering vines.
Ooh.
They snake and swerve through the high-ceilinged open air of the penthouse. Furniture is caught in it, picked up. You see pretty well-preserved corpses impaled on some of the vines, and a couple bones and dismembered body parts scattered around the room that all have little, crime scene signs, standees placed next to them. And, scattered papers, scientific instruments, all kinds of shattered glass and electronic devices. And all of it seems to be stemming, the source of all of these vines is a black carbon door frame on a plate standing in the center of the room.
Hey, Timothy.
Huh?
Any of this ring familiar?
Yeah, that's no. That's a tree?
Yeah,
There are a tree of them.
and a snake.
Is Sophia still here?
Yeah, Sophia is inside the room by the door. She is watching you, but she will not interfere. She's just making sure you don't steal anything, basically.
Who was invited to that first meeting again?
Does anyone remember?
Leslie, us,
Leslie, Maudry, Abigail Maudry.
your primogen.
Asher.
Yeah, Asher. And basically all of us except Reggie.
There were 7 of you.
Can I try and inspect the tree and vines and stuff?
I would hope so, yeah. What are you inspecting in particular?
Does this seem... Well, I guess the answer's probably obviously yes. I was going to say, like, magical in nature, or, like, what could have caused this to just kind of burst out of nowhere.
Sure, I'll tell you without rolling that certainly the emergence of the vines from this open door frame, which, like, there's nothing on either side of it. It just kind of sprouts from the center.
Oh, so the pattern of it is, like, whatever caused it was in the door frame?
That seems to be the origin point from where all the vines are sprouting from, yes.
Okay, cool.
As if someone opened the door and this popped out.
Gotcha.
From one of the 2 sides that both lead to nothing. So whatever caused the vines to grow and twist and impale people, obviously some kind of magic. The vines themselves, not necessarily magical, except for the fact that they don't seem to have withered and died shut away in this penthouse.
Right.
You may roll wits or intelligence investigation for, like, just looking for stuff in the room, clues, details, things like that, or occult if you want to try and figure out more about what could have caused this, that kind of thing. Anyone can make those rolls.
I would love to do a cult.
On the note of like where the vines are, like where they originated from, does it look like they're coming from the shape of the door, like, or is it like a point and kind of like expanded from? Meaning, like, I guess I'm trying to
Is it
like
a cone or a line?
Yeah, or from straight like through a rectangular doorway, like that is like the frame of like their origin. Like it's taking up the entire space of that door frame, or is it from one point and it kind of expands outwards?
You will have to get closer and clamber through or walk on the vines to determine that.
I suppose that's what I'm going to start doing.
Okay.
I got a 3 for occult intelligence.
You want to roll power those extra 2 dice you got?
Yeah, it's early.
Anyone else? Also, if you want to use, Oblivion Sight, Sense the Unseen, whatever. Premonition, any disciplines you want to activate, feel free.
Oblivion Sight's hella on.
I'll be activating heightened senses as well as sense the unseen.
Cool. I'll just say at the top, there's like because you guys all have different ways of getting information, this is going to be a bit jumbled, so just bear with me, be patient, I promise. You're not in any rush. I will get to everyone and the stuff you learn. So,
yeah, I think I'm going to activate Symposium. Everyone, if you allow me, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second. Murder is a terrible thing that beings of internal existence can do to one another. And then I'd like to roll a cult.
Okay, yeah, you can roll a cult.
Thank you.
With my willpower reroll, that's 4 successes, and also I would like to activate heightened senses and sense the unseen, as I took Auspex with my last feeding.
Ooh, okay. Well, Sense the Unseen is something supernatural hiding in plain sight. Okay, so it is a hidden roll, but since there's nothing, since you're all going to be rolling, I don't feel like tracking all of those. So why don't everyone just roll? If you're using Sense the Unseen, Wits plus Auspex. Antonio, you can roll Wits plus Oblivion. 2 successes from Timothy and 4 from Mathias on the occult rolls. I'm going to make notes of these so I don't forget anything.
I'm going to use the willpower.
Would blood surging be beneficial in this role?
Always. You want 2 more dice?
Yeah, I think I'll blood search too.
Ooh. I'm going to use another willpower.
I guess I'm just like looking at the pool of everyone's dice, like having more dice in this instance will benefit.
This isn't a group roll. This is to see what each of you individually can see, so.
Wonderful. Look at that. I succeeded my rouse check. Wonderful.
So I have a 5.
Antonio has 5.
A rousing success.
Oh my god.
Rough night for Mathias.
Yeah, bestial for Mathias. It's not used to using Auspex.
I will, perhaps I'm being too kind, but I don't think this is a consequence bestial. This is more this is just how much you can see, and yeah, you're not used to it. I think perhaps you do hear that voice in the back of your head saying, Teddy. Really, Mathias? Going back to him after all these years? You know he's going to steer you wrong. They all are. You can't trust anyone but yourself.
Just kind of shake my head.
I did willpower, and I got 4.
1 from Mathias, 4 from Mars, 5 from Evelyn. Then we have Timothy occult 2, Mathias occult 4. Reggie, are you going to activate anything, look around, or are you just kind of hanging out in the corner?
I don't know. I mean, Reggie might be just trying to find some, like, weird small details or something, maybe some files or something like that. I don't know, do some snooping. What were they working on?
Sure.
Let's do a little snooping, and then if I feel like it, I'll call on the blood.
Okay, so wits investigation for you.
All right, investigation wits. With a -1?
Yes.
How'd I do?
Nope, no.
All right, and that was 1 success.
Great, so you'll be poking around. We'll do that. I'm going to go through these in ascending order of successes. Timothy, we will start with your occult roll.
Yes.
On 2 successes. Certainly this does not look like what you know of what changelings can do. That's not a lot. You know very little of what they can do in the real world. It's possible that they have abilities and magic like this, but from what you understand of them, it wouldn't stick around. It wouldn't have this much physical effect. There's a lot more sort of to the mental side of changeling magic, right? So you're thinking back and you're thinking about all the strange things. You have looked into supernatural oddities over the years from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
And on 2 successes, I think you associate this with, for some reason, memories of the cult you were in. Something about Damien's many speeches, of the abandonment of purpose, renewal of the earth, sort of seem to coincide here, this sprawling network of vines.
I see. And what if my mastery of and deep knowledge as an arborist?
As an arborist,
That's not occult based.
Yeah, you want to roll science?
Stand back! A wizard knows better.
You pull out your shotgun, just start shooting.
No, that would make me an artificer.
I might be out of spells, but I'm not out of shells.
That's a cool character idea. Next campaign. Mathias.
Yeah.
On 4 occult. Now you have spent a lot more time looking into various other supernatural oddities of the world of darkness. You know that something like this would be possible with the sort of mortal mages that exist in the world. But you also know that there is a kindred cult known as the Bahari, who have rhetoric revolving around the garden and regrowth and renewal, and some obscure esoteric abilities of the blood can conjure rapid growth like this. A rare and specialized form of blood sorcery. Let's jump to Auspex. On Auspex, Mathias, you see that there is some kind of shimmer on the vines, perhaps, as I said, to preserve them. They are magically sustaining themselves, but nothing that stands out as, like, you don't see a threat. Like, you don't think these are gonna come back to life and attack. Mars, with 4 successes and Antonio with 5, you both see that of all the corpses that are speared or decapitated by these vines, first of all, the corpse of Prince Cross is nowhere to be seen, although there is a telltale pile of ash about 10 feet from the central door, directly underneath the path of one of the vines.
Is that the only pile of ash?
That is the only pile of ash.
Okay.
You also see that all of the other corpses, which have been pretty oddly preserved, they're in a sealed room, so it's not like they would decompose, but they look almost fresh. And you surmise that something about the magic of these vines is preserving their bodies as well. And their spirits are still in their bodies.
Oh, shit.
What?
They have not moved to the Shadowlands. They have been skewered to the material realm. And the visual that takes is that you see each of them, all of the mortals, there's maybe like 5, in addition to the pile of ash. They have these ghostly apparitions sort of just trembling and quivering rapidly, vibrating within the confines of the mortal shell that keeps them here.
And are they saying anything?
Yeah, you can hear. So Antonio can hear this. Mars cannot. Although Mars, your earworm does start plugging along a thrumming, almost like folk indie rendition of the Dies Irae.
Okay.
Like it's the Dies Irae but played on like
a banjo.
Yeah, like an Appalachian folk band, basically.
Yeah, Jugs.
Little washroom board.
D-A-C Ray, D-A-C Ray.
Antonio, you hear various whispers, a lot of just moaning and groaning, as the spirits here are clearly not pleased about the situation and have been trapped here for at least 6 weeks with nothing going on.
Yeah.
So they're probably confused, distressed, and you also hear them whispering, "Watching, arm spin, Memento, Mori, the door bars the way, the midnight will cross.
Nah, I'm not feeling that one.
That was everything in the trailer.
Do they smell mortal? What's the resonance situation smell like?
Give 'em a good sniff.
Well, I will say, so
snap.
Kindred would have a resonance of their own blood.
Yeah, but it's not the same, right?
It would mostly be the resonance of whoever they drank most recently, or the most of recently. I will say from the preserved bodies and the fact that none of them have turned into ash, you surmise that all of them were and died mortal.
That's a good point. Cross was ash. Cool.
As you're describing this twangy, whimsical folk music
Mhm.
that I'm listening to, I would actually like to tune into that and use earworm instinct to see if I can get any information about what is going on here.
Excellent. Let me think about that.
Go for it. Heh heh heh.
Hold on, let me look at Mars' sheet real quick. What sort of, you said like what's going on here? Like do you have a direction or like a specific thing you want to focus on in consulting your earworm? Help me give you a clue.
I'm also reading my sheet. Well, I believe that like again, when I first came in here, I said that I wanted to investigate the like origin. Like I said, like, was it taking the shape of the door? And so I'm kind of like, I guess getting closer to that, and I'm looking at these vines, and they have this shimmer and all of that. I mean, in the similar ways of like, I could walk into a room and listen to the walls to know things about what was happening in them. Like,
Yeah.
similar vibe.
You start clambering over some of the vines to get to the center point, and as you arrive at the door, the carbon frame where the cracked wooden door now hangs loosely, you see that the vines did not originate from the whole frame of the door nor a point within them, but seem to have actually sprouted from the base plate, breaking through the carbon and spreading out that way. And as you take that in, your earworm, you hear this like pan flute kind of sound that is playing in dissonant counterpoint to the rest of the song. It is playing its own tune, but trying to kind of subtly undermine the rest of the harmonics in your earworm.
Okay. I focus on that.
You can roll if you want more of a clue from me. You can roll to interpret it. Intelligence, insight.
Wonderful. Give me a minute. Great. 2 successes.
On 2 successes,
It's 2 out of 4. That's not bad.
what could it mean that this flute is trying to undo or undermine the rest of the song being played by the metaphorical band in your head? Or to put it another way, imagine you were on stage yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and someone in the audience jumped up and started playing their own song.
Okay, well, you're just gonna let me sit on that for a minute.
Reggie,
Yeah.
on your investigation,
Mhm.
you're able to pile together some of the scattered papers and cracked tablets and phones.
They did business here or something.
there is some cross-tech business. There's also some notes and diagrams of like the carbon door frame and the plate, and within the plate are these runes and sigils inscribed on the inside. And there's all these diagrams of like how all the systems fit together. Can't really make heads or tails of it. It's not your thing, but you can see that they were doing some kind of magic science experiment.
Reggie would pull out their phone, which is just this brick of a smartphone, would try and take a photo of it. It's the selfie camera. They blind themselves a little bit with the flash. Just like, fuck, God. they turn the phone completely around. So they have to hold it and tap the front to take the photos because Reggie doesn't know how to switch the camera around. And they're just trying to take some photos of basic everything.
Okay.
They're being a little discreet about it, but it's not that discreet.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the flash is going off.
Yeah.
I think I want to go to Sophia and just ask if it's all right. I wouldn't mind taking a sample of this, gesturing to the vines and just saying to look at it a little bit more closely.
The vines? That's fine. Thank you for asking, Mr. Wilson.
Mathias is going to take out, I get just like a knife or something and cut a small little piece of the vine off.
Cool. The vine bleeds.
It bleeds blood?
Bleeds blood.
Bleeds blood. Interesting.
Not a lot. It doesn't gush, but some blood leaks out of the vine.
Red blood?
Red blood.
Ooh, I'll try a bit of that.
Mathias cuts this bit off and Reggie just comes up and licks it.
Wrap your lips around it.
Immediate, like a magnet.
Do you want to try and feed on the vine, Reggie?
It doesn't really fit because Reggie's not next to Mathias, but yes.
Mathias would try and stop you too.
That looks good.
I wouldn't.
I mean, it's blood, right?
Maybe.
Reggie sniffs it.
It does smell like blood to you, yeah.
Well, it sniffs like
Mathias,
blood,
with your bloodhound.
Low resonance.
Ooh.
Ooh.
God, I always gotta look up the resonances. I never remember which is which.
Tree resonance.
I always have to look it up too, so don't feel bad.
What do you mean? What do you mean no matching results, you fuck?
Did you spell it right?
Yes, I spelled it right.
I think it's tree resonance. Or it's resin. Oh my god.
It's resin.
It's resin.
It's resin
Oh my God.
ants. It's resin ants. It's ants.
It's ants.
We're all ants. We got there.
Caloric is celerity, potence, melancholy is fortitude obfuscate, phlegmatic is aspects dominate, sanguine is blood source of your presence, animal is animalism protean.
Sanguine.
Sanguine, all right.
Thank you. Yeah, sanguine. Sanguine resonance.
Which makes sense because you said it was blood sorcery.
It could be a form of blood sorcery, yes.
Yeah, interesting.
I'll also add this as well, as Mars is wondering what were they doing here even. Mathias, as you're interfacing with Reggie and the vine, you remember what Chaz said to you after your little visit to the Chantry. The door doesn't care where it opens. Reggie, would you care to summon the blood for a premonition?
Yes, I believe I already rolled for it. I got a 4.
4 successes. Did you make your rouse check?
No, I didn't plan to, and hear me out on this. I've got an amazing deal for you.
A deal.
I don't do it, and I don't release your address.
They edit. They can change it. It's a bad deal.
I think the rouse check.
Redacted.
You did it for me.
That was the joke. But you did succeed, so you're fine.
Let's see what would happen if I did it. Got away with it.
You are piecing together these things, startling yourself with the flash. You see Mathias clipping off the vine, and you're itching to go over and take a lick of it. But as Mathias is discouraging you, and then he kind of gets lost in his thoughts for a moment, you go in to perhaps feed on the vine, and you feel a shiver on the back of your neck, somewhere off to the side to your left.
I look back to my left.
You look back toward the center of the room, and you see perched on top of the carbon door frame is a bald eagle.
Oh.
With its entire chest and belly ripped open.
Oh.
And you just see its bones and sopping guts leaking blood out onto the broken carbon plate as if it had been shredded by a predator of some kind.
Oh, man. That's the big one.
Mathias looks where Reggie's looking.
You see... you have sensed the unseen up. I think you would see a slight shimmer around the doorframe, but nothing more. And so would Mars. But not Antonio.
I don't see any spookies.
And the eagle tilts its head, and you see it kind of choking something up. It spits onto the floor a glob of bloody innards and viscous saliva with a clump of something in the middle of it.
I think as it was twisting its head back and forth, Reggie was following its exact movements with their own head. And Reggie will get up and go examine the clump on the ground.
You see there's hair in there and feathers and dirt and bits of grass. And then you're kind of digging through it, and at the very center of the clump, as you're like bent over scrabbling on the ground, is a single stark white tooth they've ripped out of a skull.
Ooh, like a normal human tooth, or are we
Like
talking
a human tooth, yeah.
Okay, then.
And when you pick your head back up and stand, the entire penthouse is gone. You are in an empty black void, much like you were on that first night of this chronicle. You saw the Cross-Tech Tower explode, and there is a skeleton standing in front of you. It is missing a tooth.
Oh. I think Reggie kind of like steps towards it, lifts up the tooth, and just gently pushes it back into place.
See the skeleton kind of flex its jaw. Should not be possible as it has no muscles. And then it flops open, and you hear this hoarse but still commanding voice emanate from it.
I sought to open the way to a new future. Grant her. Take it for yourself. No one else can know.
And then it reaches forward and grabs both of your arms with its bony hands, pressing hard with the phalanges, digging into your skin, and it brings its skeletal face close to yours, and you see ghostly images of a rotting corpse in the seconds before it is reduced to ash, slowly flickering back onto the skeleton, and it screams again and says,
No one else can know.
And then it half hugs you, half rams itself into you, and the bones explode into dust. And you are released from the vision.
Jeez.
Am I back to just kneeling next to Mathias, like I never left that spot?
Yeah.
Mathias, you would just hear Reggie whisper out, "Oh, you sat upon an amber throne, and now you lay bare as bone."
You are, however, holding a tooth.
The skeleton said no one can know. So I think Reggie pockets that tooth for now.
Okay.
The tooth?
It's my little friend.
The whole tooth?
We can't handle the
Nothing
teeth.
but the tooth, yeah.
Nothing but the tooth.
You're right, Reggie.
Yeah. And as you sort of like check on Reggie, their eyes sort of mull over a little bit, Anthony, and you just hear Reggie go, "A dish to dine a family forged, a head so full of love and lust, and whose trust we are charged only to watch those skulls crumble to dust." And then Reggie just sort of snaps to him. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm good.
Antonio, you feel something in the inner pocket of your coat start to tremble.
I'm going to check that out real quick.
You pull out this little blue wrapped box, dark blue shimmering ribbon. It's quivering very slightly.
What's that?"
I'm not quite sure. And I think I'll continue to open it.
Pull the ribbon. As soon as you pull the ribbon, the bow, the whole thing disintegrates as if burned,
Terrible.
leaving only in your hand a small, about baseball-sized, black obsidian skull carved with runes that you do not recognize.
Whoa! I think Reggie would clap a little bit, as if you had just done a magic trick.
Mathias mumbles under his breath, "Just smoke and mirrors."
It's just flash paper. It's not that important.
It's not that big of a deal. Flash paper's been around for, what, decades?
Antonio, although you don't recognize the runes, they are somewhat similar to cuneiform. You know from looking at them that they are ancient. And even though you can't read them, you know that something about them says, "Remember death."
Remember death.
What's that weird little thing?
I'm not sure.
Does it feel ashy?
No, it's very clean and smooth.
Is it missing a tooth?
Let's roll for it.
That was not my intention, but I am going to roll for it.
Let's check the dental records of the rune skull. What did I have
putting
written here?
together the puzzle right now.
It is missing several teeth.
Okay, then. I'm going to keep my tooth to myself for now.
The teeth are also black. The one that you have is bone white.
Okay, then.
How many teeth are missing? Because if it's if the black skull just has black teeth, maybe it's just missing the white ones like piano keys.
Oh.
That's the song.
And then we need to play Ave Maria.
Oh my god, it's
Ave
all coming
Maria.
together.
If the question you're asking is how many teeth are missing, the answer is there are 3 of them.
Wow. Who saw that one coming? No one. Not a single person.
I didn't.
Not a soul.
Did you see that coming?
Seth doesn't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
I know about it too much. Too much.
I'm gonna bring it over to the pile of ash.
You do, it starts to quiver again more and more as you get closer.
Ooh.
I think I might lay it down there.
Put it in the pile of ash?
Yeah.
Everyone please roll to resist frenzy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, shit.
Oh man, I can't wait for us all to fail. Do I got a -1 to this?
2 successes.
2 successes.
Oh baby. 0 successes.
4 successes.
Reggie's going full sicko mode.
Hi. Just look at that.
All of us are good except.
He's ever Reggie, the little feral child.
No one said everyone's good.
We don't know what the...
Yeah, we don't know what the difficulty was.
Okay, let's roll for Sophia.
Oh no, Sophia. No.
Isn't Fox here too?
Yes.
Yep. Okay,
Oh no.
so you guys, everyone sees the room around you begin to shake. The first things you notice are a couple scattered papers, some of the ones that Reggie picked up, some of the furniture slowly quivering, righting itself. The papers like rise into the air and start to gently float over toward where they may have once sat. The vines begin to retract. The corpses are gently deposited on the ground where they start to walk backwards as if playing a film on reverse. And the entire crime scene rewinds.
I back away from the door.
You, Mars, Matthias,
Just
and
kidding. Maybe I don't.
Reggie, as this is happening, you all feel this uncontrollable nausea. It starts to rise. It's like this intense and sudden sense of vertigo. And as the room rewinds, the 3 of you are going to just collapse and start vomiting.
Oh.
Like all of you to raise your hunger by 1.
Okay.
Right.
Lovely.
And this also reveals Pox, who collapses near one of the fallen computers and starts vomiting as well. Antonio and Timothy, you have the same feeling of nausea, but you don't collapse and start vomiting. And the room rewinds, and you see sort of this phantasmal, ghostly vision, presumably the last night of Prince Cross's unlife.
Oh.
It sort of plays rapidly. It's not like a recording. It's these ghostly flickers, almost like a storyboard of the night. But you see these mortal scientist figures in the hazmat suits and masks, in and out, pacing back and forth. Scientific instruments and computers set up all around this central door. You see several Tremere, among them Goga and Arvoidus, coming in and out of the room, checking up on the door. Cameras being set up, and Antonio, you see a figure enter and exit who you cannot be sure of due to the rapid nature of the shifting images, but the stature and long hair leads you to believe is your mother.
Oh.
Finally, everything kind of slows down as it comes to a point, and Cross stands about where that pile of ash is on the floor and puts his arms behind his back. Scientist pulls a lever, hits a button on a keyboard, and the vines burst forth out of the carbon plate. A couple of them are quick enough to turn to run. Cross barely is able to turn his head before he is impaled through the heart and rapidly ages into dust.
Whoa.
And the rest of the mortals are quickly impaled or decapitated as well, before everything kind of resets and rests back in place where you are now.
Is everyone okay?
When does the vomiting stop?
Oh, it stops. It doesn't keep going. You feel nauseous, you vomit, you feel a little bit better. You stand up in time to see the vine explosion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Although relatable. I think we've all been there.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
This is just a question for me. Because staking doesn't usually kill.
Correct.
So, but would that be an indicator of something special about the vines that happened, or?
There is the rare kindred who is unfortunate enough to have staking as one of their weaknesses.
Oh, okay.
based on what you know with your occult knowledge and what you've studied about this and the fact that the vine is bleeding, you're pretty sure it's not that, it's the vines.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, the three of you, not Mathias, but Mars and Reggie, you feel a little strange. You can't quite put your finger on it. You feel hot, you feel warm, you feel suddenly much more sharply the sting of the cool air coming from the penthouse air conditioning. You feel your chest moving without your doing it on purpose.
What was that? What just happened?
Oh, and Mars as well.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in your unlife, your earworm is silent.
What? I think after I asked that question, I think her face just like goes completely just like wide eyes, like, wait, what?
You hear Sophia Reza kind of like coming to and saying like, "Excuse me, why is there a Nosferatu in this penthouse?
Why are you so loud?"
Can anyone explain?"
She's with us.
Oh, who? You know what? I'll take care of them. I got them.
Pox holds up her hands like, sorry.
Reggie makes the arrest and leads Pox out of the building immediately.
The arrest.
Miss Reza, Box, Miss Reza.
I am aware of Pox. Why is she here?
Hey, look at that, Pox. You're popular.
We thought it would be helpful trying to find out what research was going on.
Pox is here. Groovy.
Yeah, the rest of you had not seen Pox coming at all. She was completely silent and invisible. Probably should have made a roll when you used your auspex, but whatever, this is more fun. Pox holds up, she's like, sorry, I was just gonna check out the computers. I promise I wasn't gonna steal anything. I was just gonna copy it. And Sophia's just like, no.
That was on me. I forgot to mention it.
Well, Mr. Stregano, you understand that is not how we do things, but you did have permission to bring your coterie. I suppose I just would have preferred an advance warning. Certainly, there may be materials on Mr. Cross's computer that could be of use. Please, feel free to continue once you feel up to it. You see her cast a slight venomous glance at Pox, but allows her to get back to the discarded computers.
My apologies. It was not done in ill will.
What just happened? What is happening?
I think we just saw the king's death.
Antonio, what did you do?
I was visited by my mother the other day and given this. And I felt as though it was telling me to do this. Not out of malign tendency, but it just felt right. I didn't know that would happen. Sorry. Is everyone okay?
Okay, but it is like deafeningly silent in here, and I can finally hear you, like loud enough to understand everything that you're saying, but I still don't understand what's going on.
That's ironic.
Well, I don't understand either.
So that's Alex, huh? I point to the pile of ash.
That would be the prince.
Alec Cross, yes.
Oh, hail to the king, baby.
So he like became a pile of dust? What? Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Oh, yeah, that's what happened. I mean,
Has no one explained that to Reggie?
Yeah, Reggie, the kindred that die, when they meet their final death, they revert to the age that they would be if they were never kindred. So Cross was ash old, so to speak.
Ah, okay, so that's why he didn't turn to ash.
How old was Cross?
dust old.
Was that known?
It is not known.
Ash old.
Is it cold in here? Mars looks like she's having some kind of like psychotic breakdown as she like places around the room and like is kind of like touching her ears and it's like, what? I can hear.
You hear Pox. Wait, what the fuck? You look over, you see she's like tugging at her face in the reflection of the computer screen.
What?
And she picks her head up and you see she looks like a normal human woman.
Oh my god. Ugh.
What the hell?
What?
Her flesh is intact, her hair is straight and black.
Ah man, Pox.
Like, do I look normal to you?
Yeah, we should go. You should
look alive.
You gotta go hit up some clubs or something. Pox, you look great.
What the fuck happened?
Wait.
What? She like starts picking at her lip and the skin does not flake off like normal. She's like, what the fuck happened? Why am I not me?
You don't gotta regrow your lips anymore, it seems.
Can I look at the skull Antonio placed down?
You can pick it up if Antonio hasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does pick it up, but he will offer it to you.
I want to know what this thing is that could have done this.
Make an occult roll.
Great. I would love to.
Am I still able to see the ghosts shimmering in the corpses?
You can still see the ghosts, yes.
2
successes. It's he said his mom gave it to him. It's some kind of Hekata thing. They like death. You can see visions of the past, maybe.
But does it seem like it would have been the thing that caused what happened to Pox?
There seems to be, at best, with your earlier occult roll, I think you have, there was some odd interaction between the skull and whatever magic is in the vines.
Okay.
And that seems to have a cascading effect. And you realize also, as you're thinking about this, it must have also happened to you and Mars and Reggie. You're just not seeing the effects as severely because you're not a Nosferatu.
Thank God, am I right?
Wait. I'm gonna walk up to Pox and check her pulse.
She has a pulse. Beating pretty fast because she's confused.
Oh my god.
Pox, did you activate the Blush of Life earlier?
No, but even when I do, it doesn't do this.
No, I know.
Hey, Pox, give us a real big grin.
She's you see a mouthful of white teeth. One of them is missing.
I pull out my tooth.
What, do you Reggie, actually... why do you have a tooth?
Huh? No, I put the tooth away.
I think something happened in which obviously things got reverted somehow, but I'm not seeing why Timothy and I... Mathias, how do you feel?
Mathias is kind of in his own head right now with gears just spinning rapidly, and he's going to see if he can rouse the blood at all.
You concentrate on the thin vitae roiling within your body. The feeling is almost like flexing a muscle, typically, something you don't even have to think about. As you will the blood to boil, you feel nothing.
Mathias is going to take a couple extra clippings of these vines. We might have a problem, he says as he keeps cutting.
More blood is starting to leak onto the floor.
I lick more of it off.
You don't want to.
Oh, okay.
It does not smell good to you.
Oh, it doesn't smell good anymore?
It smells like blood, dude.
Oh my god, am I not a vampire anymore? Shove my hands in my mouth, feel my teeth.
You have no fangs.
Mars.
Huh?
Reggie. Pox.
Huh?
Try
What?
rousing the blood.
I just can't hear. I mean, I can hear.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I ain't doing shit. I'm not a fucking monster anymore. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I try to rouse the blood too.
Flex the muscle and nothing happens.
There's nothing happening. Why is it cold?
I think the better question is, why aren't we old?
Did I just breathe?
Yeah, you're going to have to get used to that.
What?
I don't know. Can you two still rouse?
I'm with Reggie. I'm not a monster anymore. I'm leaving.
No, you're fine.
I'm fine? Fuck.
You're still you. You're still very much a vampire.
Shit.
Mrs. Reza, do you feel any different?
No.
And, she didn't get sick, right?
Correct. Sophia passed, Pox failed.
Oh my god, I can eat a burger again. Oh.
Yeah, you won't need this fucking tooth. Give me, let's see that shit. Give it to me.
What? No, I don't have a
Give
tooth.
it to me.
I don't have a tooth. Get off me. Don't touch me.
Come here.
God. Fine. God.
Stop.
Timothy.
Stop.
We all saw it.
My tooth.
Why? Reggie, I hate to say it, but I don't think this is permanent.
What do you mean?
I think it's more so of an echo.
I mean, right now, blood doesn't smell good to me anymore. And I'm hungry. And if this is my one fucking chance to go eat a burger or just any normal food, I'm gonna take it. Do you guys have a cafeteria? I turned to, sorry, what was her name again? I'm sorry.
Sophia Reza?
Sophia, do you got a cafeteria in the building?
Yes.
Cool.
There's one on the lobby and on the 10th floor.
Awesome. Can I go there?
You can go to the lobby.
Or is it all vampire-like stuff in the cafeteria?
No, this is a normal building where mortals work.
Okay, that's what I figured. It wouldn't be a whole skyscraper full of vampires. That would be crazy.
There aren't enough kindred in Seattle. Also, stop saying vampires, please. It's uncouth.
It's vampires all the way up.
I mean, what would you prefer me to say?
Kindred is the preferred nomenclature.
More like kindling. Look at their prints.
Hey, you learn something new every day. Bada bing. I'm gonna go eat a burger.
Reggie, roll your willpower for me.
Man. Okay, let me reopen my sheet. I deleted it because I thought I was
Why do you keep closing
done.
your sheet?
I thought I was
He's not a
done.
vampire anymore.
Not a vampire anymore. Don't have to play anymore. -1?
This is just a normal roll right now.
Yeah, you don't need to be high. 3, holy poop.
Can't resist that burger.
On 3 successes, Reggie, you will get all the way down to the lobby
Oh no.
and a burger in your hands and take your first bite
No, don't do this to
before
Reg.
your skin goes cold
No!
and the flavor turns to ash.
Do I get a swallow at least? Do I get a swallow?
I was on 3 willpower.
Uh,
I will give you 1 bite of a burger.
oh,
Wow,
that
how
turns to
generous.
ash as it slides down your throat.
and we'll see you next week.
You hear a dark, menacing voice in the back of your mind,
What?
chuckling.
Nah. We're in it for the long haul, pony. Did you think you would be rid of me that easily?
The burger tasted so much better than you.
And so closes another chapter of Midnight Gravity.
Damn.
No,
Oh
That
god.
was so
no,
close.
I'm not okay.
I'm so confused.
I'm not okay.
I only have more questions.
Reggie runs back upstairs, does a line of the ash, and runs back down to get another bite.
He snored Prince
Adding a little bit of cross.
That's a real thing. No, that's a real thing in universe. There's a cult of thin blood drug makers who use vampire ash to make drugs.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
Sign
We
me
found
up.
it.
Do you think we can get Jeffrey Rush to narrate the last bit where he tries to eat a burger?
Why, Jeffrey
I
Rush?
feel nothing. Not the wind in my face, nor the summer
Got it.
breeze.
Yeah, understood.
That was good. That was good.
Casey, that Thurston fact you had, I was like, wow, that is actually so perfect for this episode.
Pretty accurate. It worked out. It worked out. Couple of shout outs for our Apple podcasts. We have 2 people who we met at the Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo who managed to give us 5-star reviews over on Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much, Zephirius, who we played Blood on the Clock Tower with, as well as GOE 175927492755. We met both of them at the Long Island Tabletop Expo. We met some great people there. So glad that you guys have given us a listen and given us a great rating.
Yeah, thanks for checking out the show. Welcome to the Jester's Court. Plugmaster, take it away.
It is I, the Plugmaster, Jonas.
I'm drinking water.
Spit it out.
That's the plug.
Spit take.
Water. Hydrate.
If you think I'm funny sometimes, you should check out Game Master Monday's Sherwood episode because it was funny the whole time. Non-stop laughter, start to finish. We were all cracking up, crying, laughing. Boss Jellybean, Rose Saders, GM'd by Dat Kubi. Had a great time guesting there. Really funny episode. Definitely check them out. Give them a follow. That's Game Master Monday, 3 words. And check out their other stuff too because they do a lot of cool one-shots. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Plugmaster.
Rachel, you're
I feel
plugged.
so plugged.
You better.
Yes, you can follow me on my Instagram at Rachel Kordell. You can follow me on Twitch, Majora's Rose, and you can listen to the Spotify playlist or the YouTube playlist and listen to tonight's song in order. There's so many things happening, and at this point, a lot of things have happened. Okay.
Yep.
Great. Casey.
I'd like to plug my Instagram and TikTok, Casey_Reardon, and also a good burger.
Just want a burger now.
Where is the burger, Casey?
Well, I have sloppy joes, but I don't got a burger.
I want it.
That's like a burger's.
If you're
Hot
a
mess of
burger
a dozen.
joint and want your sponsorship, we'll put you in this episode if you want to sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor is burger.
Generic, non-specific burger restaurant.
You cowards.
No, God damn it. We're going to have to bleep that out.
Ah, shit.
Imagine you're 5 fellows and you love a good burger. I would love your sponsorship.
Pentapals.
Pentapals.
Enderbrows.
Andrew.
You know what? There's a lot of hoots and hollers in this podcast, and you can see us actively participating in them on our YouTube channel or TikTok.
Hey, look at that.
Wow.
See, I'm capable. I know I can do a plug master. I'm really happy you gave me this chance.
I'm proud of you, my boy.
Oh my God, Lore.
Come, give your father a hug.
Papa!
Wait, it's complex.
Realized Andrew's dad was the plug master.
It's been so long.
Why didn't you let me plug before, Papa?
You weren't ready, my boy. The plugs were too powerful.
I'm ready for the plug, Father.
Nope, don't like that image.
Okay.
I promise. May I do the honor?
Do the final plug, my child.
Sky!
These plugs get longer and longer every episode.
My God, I can't
Every
believe
time.
that they
We're gonna have to
both
cut so much of
died
this.
in that moment. That was crazy.
Reveal
Hey,
your
you.
plug to me and the world.
The impression
like-
is really good.
Do you like the complex lore that we've created around doing plugs for podcasts? If you do, leave us a review exclusively about the Plug Master and the Plug Master lore. Don't mention the podcast. Don't mention anything else we do. Just talk about that good plug lore.
I can't wait for our first 2-star review.
Artists, don't draw anything. Don't draw any of our characters. Draw the plug master. That's
Please,
the thing I
can we
wanna
get
see.
art of the Plug Master? If that's not the first art
Plugmaster
we
art.
don't get. Yeah.
Impeccable plug.
Good morning.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, my timing's off, Father, but I'll get better.
Sometimes it's
So
a clean
proud of you,
transition.
my boy.
Oh my God, it is late.